and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing, and in today's video, half of those landed on the floor. Dang it. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Spin Master Monster Jam 2025 Series 18 minis. I'm actually kind of getting up to date with the minis, which is pretty exciting. Also, I'm kind of getting an absolute mess on my floor because I dropped half of them on the floor. But yeah, today we're taking a look at the Series 18 minis, which just came out recently towards the beginning of the year, and I just recently completed them because I had trouble getting all of them. It took me a while because one of the ones that I was missing was a Gravedigger, which is not rare. I literally could not find a common truck for this set, but I do want to give a shout out to somebody who did help me out, not only getting the Gravedigger, but also helping me get quite a few of these trucks that I was missing, and that is AMC Diecast over on Whatnot. They helped me out a lot with this series. A lot of the trucks you're going to see here today came from them. I think almost all of the chase pieces, and then that Gravedigger I was talking about that I couldn't find, came from them. So huge shout out to them over on Whatnot. I really appreciate that. Okay, next order of business. I want to make sure I don't make a fool of myself like I did last video and be like, we're looking at Series 16 today, and then finding out I'm actually missing one of the trucks from Series 16, and then I had to review Series 17. So I'm hoping today that I'm not wasting my time and the entirety of Series 18 is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly check and make sure we have all of them here. Yeah, hopefully anyways. So these are actually kind of mostly sorted by number already, which is really nice. There you go. There's the, see, Weston Racing Mainline 38. That's the Gravedigger, by the way. I haven't taken the piece of tape off of it yet, but it's still there. Proof of purchase, I think is what they call that. 81, 82, 80. That's not how you count correctly. 83. 85, that's out of order. 87, 84. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have them all. We have the entirety. Let's go. That means I don't have to change what video I'm doing today. Yes, 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 yes. Because instead of doing this, I would have had to do a set of doubles packs that I don't have readily available to do yet. So yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Today we are reviewing the minis. I do know which ones are chase pieces in here, numbers wise. I do actually remember the chase pieces, and I remember what the final one of this set is. Other than that, I don't remember what trucks are in here. So, well, obviously there's a Gravedigger, but I also remember what all the chases are because it's recent. Let's get that out of the way and let's get into it. With our first one, just so you know, that is the code that you're looking for. That is the series code. That is the individual code right there. And yeah, the first one in the set is number 80, 180, which I think, if I remember correctly, is... I don't want to guess because I think I actually know what's in here. I think I actually remember the layout. We'll test it. If this is the pickup truck BKT, then we'll see if I actually remember. Yep, it is. Because that's a point for me to start off the video. That's not... See, it's not fun if I actually remember which ones are which. All right, here we go. So this was really interesting because for those of you who don't know, this is the only new identity in this entire set of minis. This is it. It is the pickup truck BKT. Now, I'm not hating on it. I do like it. It's got a minty green body with a silver chassis and black tires. It's not terrible. I really do think they did a good job shrinking this one down to mini form, and I do think it's fun to have this as a mini. But like I said, I do think it's kind of crazy that this is the only new identity, and this doesn't even run in real life. When you have like Classroom Crusher, Stabilizer, Alien Invasion, all of these weird trucks that they have yet to make minis of, and they're prioritizing things like this. I don't know. I find it really weird. But yeah, that's the BKT right there. Pretty cool. I do like it a lot. That's fun. Also, we're going to continue our trend of we're going to continue my trend of burping while making the video because I don't know why I'm like this. But we're also going to continue the trend of putting the best mini of the video in the corner just to see which the best one is. All right. See, normally people have a naughty corner for their diecast. I'm the other way around. I have a praise corner. Don't take adults watching this video with your kids. Don't take that out of context. All right, here we go. Next up is number 181, which you can see through the package. This is a chase piece, by the way. I do remember that. Judging by the color of the tires, I think I know which one this is too. I'm pretty sure it's Monster Mutt. Yep. There we go. So that is our first chase piece of the video right here. This is the hyper-fueled Monster Mutt. unofficially named. I want you guys to know that the minis do not, like the Chase Piece minis don't have official names. All the names I'm going to give them today are unofficial, just so you all know that. This is what I like to refer to as the hyper-fueled Monster Mutt, because it is kind of what it is. So you got a brown, the standard brown Monster Mutt body on a like creamsicle colored roll cage, or chassis, and creamsicle tires. It's basically a hyper-fueled truck. However, I don't like this because if they would have done a like brown roll cage and brown tires, it would have been better, because then it would have actually been hyper-fueled. So I really don't know why they went for this. In fact, I kind of think this truck is ugly, if I'm being completely honest. I am really not a fan of this. So yeah, it's definitely not taking the spot as the best mini of the video, but I think it's going to take the spot as the worst for now. And you want to know something? I think starting today, we're going to start a new spot for the worst mini of the video. That's going to be the best. That's going to be the worst. I think we're going to do that from now on. That sounds like a fun idea. Let me know if I should start doing that for other things we review too, like Hot Wheels monster trucks. If I should do the best truck in that corner, worst truck in that corner. That could be fun. Maybe we can keep that as a thing across all my videos. Y'all are going to have to let me know. Next up is number 182. This one is also a Chase Piece. And again, I think they're making the packaging thinner on these because, again, I can see what this is. It's Sparkle Smash. This isn't very fun if you know what it's going to be. That is awesome. What in the world? That's cool. Okay, I can kind of see why people were crazy over this one. Holy crap, that's actually awesome. What? Okay, so this is the Chrome Chassis Chase Sparkle Smash right here. As you can see, it's also got the updated logo. Actually, that is not the updated logo. They have not updated the logo on Sparkle Smash yet. That's really fascinating. So yeah, as you can see, it is the Sparkle Smash here. You got the standard body with a blue, baby blue chrome chassis, which I want to talk about this in a second. You'll see why. And then pink tires. I bet those glow under black light really well. Ooh. But yeah, standard Sparkle Smash, and then it's just got that really awesome chrome chassis here. I kind of wish they would have maybe done a chrome body Sparkle Smash. I kind of hate the fact that we stopped getting chrome body minis in favor of these new chrome chassis ones. I do think that's insanely disappointing. However, this is still really neat looking. I really do like this. One thing I did say when this truck was first revealed is that I kind of wish what they would have done was an oil chrome, which would have given it a rainbow look. I think that would have looked a lot better, specifically for Sparkle Smash. I'm not hating on this though. This is really cool. And dare I say it, I think it's the new best mini of the video. Sorry, BKT, but you have been outdone by the unicorn. That is really cool. Alrighty. Next up is, what's next? I forgot. Okay, here we go. It is a third Chase Piece. So this is the next Chase Piece of the set. It is number 183, which I do know what this is, so let's just get it out of the way. It's Max D, which kind of crazy they're still making Max D minis. But yeah, this is the Ghost Max D, much like the Dragon in the previous set. This is the Ghost Max D here. So here we go. This is the Ghostly Max D. So we have a translucent gray body. Man, I really butchered the pronunciation on that one. I also butchered the pronunciation of pronunciation there. That was fun. We have a completely translucent body as well as translucent orange tires. It's just the standard Max D paint scheme on a different colored body. The reason why they did the body this way is so that way it kind of appears to be see-through, even though it isn't see-through. They were able to pull it off with the Dragon, but they couldn't pull it off with this one, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, that is the Max D right there. I don't think it's really all that great. I don't think it's definitely the worst one, though. I think this is actually pretty cool looking. But it does lack. It very much lacks, if you know what I mean. So there you go. That is the Max D there. And now we have seen 3 of the Chase pieces for this video. The Hyperfueled Chase, the Chrome Chassis Chase, and the Ghost Chase. The rest of everything we're about to look at is going to be commons all the way up until the final one, number 191, which is our other Chase Piece. And yes, I also know what that is. We're also getting into the area where I don't know what everything is here, so this is going to be where things start to get fun, where I got to try and guess things. So next up is number 184, and I'm going to go and take a swing just because this truck is cursed and it seems to ruin almost every single one of my videos. Dragon. You guys know I'm not a fan of Dragon. Oh my god. See, told you, I am cursed. Dragon just comes in and ruins my day every single time. I'm done telling you. So yeah, we got Dragon here, green body, gray chassis, green tires. Really not that interesting. It's a pretty boring take on Dragon. I also just hate the fact that like with the minis and stuff, we just keep getting like almost really nice looking versions of trucks, and then they just throw colored tires on them. I will say though, one thing I do really appreciate about the Dragon minis is that they all have the accurate tailgate design, which is really, really cool. So yeah, there you go. That is the Dragon. I'm going to be dead honest. I hate that. I think that's worse than the Monster Mutt, in my personal opinion. Then again, you all know my feelings. I am not a Dragon fan. I will never claim to be a Dragon fan. I do not like that truck. I wish they'd just get over... I think they just need to retire it at this point. All right, next up is number 185, which... Dalmatian. That's my guess. El Toro Loco. All right. El Toro Loco, fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. So for El Toro Loco, we have an orange body, yellow chassis, and orange tires. I feel like we've gotten this exact El Toro Loco before. I could be wrong about that, but it does look very, very familiar, like we have received this before. So yeah, pretty uninteresting. Nothing too crazy. I'm curious if we're ever going to get the new El Toro Loco body as a mini. I think that would be something really cool to see, but maybe we will not get that, considering they seem to keep, whenever they come up with new ideas, they're either going to be in the new Wild Trucks line, or they're going to be trucks like Pickup BKT that no one cares about. So yeah, I don't know. Really disappointing on that one. Just in general, I'm not referring to the El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco, that's just a standard mini El Toro Loco. Really not a whole lot to say about that one. All right, next up is number 186, which I'm going to take a swing and say is Soldier Fortune Black Ops. There's the Dalmatian. Dang it. Okay, I will say, I do kind of like this one. I think this one's pretty cool looking. I do think it's got black tires, which is nice to see. But not only that, I do think this color looks great. It's not a bright, obnoxious red. It's like a darker pomegranate red. I actually really like that chassis color. That's nice looking. So yeah, I gotta give credit where credit is due, guys. This is a really actually pretty solid release of Dalmatian, which is very rare to see in any scale. 124, 164, or mini. Spin Master really is not good at making monster mutts anymore. Like, they really do not put effort into them. This one's pretty good though, I will say that. I actually really like that. Definitely will not take the spot as worst truck of the video, that's for dang sure. That is actually really nice looking. Also, that monster mutt was the first of the second half of the video. We're almost halfway done already. Or we are halfway done already. We're almost to the end. All right, next up is 187. Now, I know it's in here, so I'm just going to use this as my next guess. Whiplash. Megalodon. We got our El Toro Loco, we got our Megalodon. We have not gotten Gravedigger yet, but I do know that there is a Gravedigger in here, so I'm not exactly like, oh boy, I wonder which one's going to be Gravedigger. I know exactly which one it is. So here is the Megalodon right here. Got a normal Megalodon body, this weird like seawater chassis, black tires. Not terrible though. I will say, unlike the Dalmatian, I really am not a fan of this chassis color. However, because it is a pretty standard looking Megalodon, I can't totally hate it. It doesn't have like the weird colors going on or anything. It's just a take on Megalodon. So I can't hate that fully. I still think the El Toro Loco is probably my least favorite of the video, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, there's the Megalodon. Alrighty. I will say though, looking at the majority of trucks we got so far, not counting chase pieces, the majority of the trucks we've gotten so far all have black tires, which is very unusual for a modern set of minis. That is very unusual. Okay. It's got the tape on it. You already know. Number 88. Like I said, you already know what it is. Gravedigger. However, I'm pretty sure, yes, it is actually the 2000s Gravedigger. I started changing my terminology. I don't refer to him as the Dennis Anderson Gravedigger anymore. This is the 2000s Gravedigger. The other one is the 2010s Gravedigger, and then the new one that they just debuted at the World Finals is the modern Gravedigger. That's the terminology I'm going with anymore. So there's your little explanation. Okay, so we got the 2000s paint scheme on a black chassis with red tires. Call me insane, this actually looks really cool. Again, I know it might be catering to me a little bit because of the Weston Racing colors, but this actually is a pretty cool looking Gravedigger, dare I say. This is actually awesome. The colors work really well on this. I'm starting to have the same situation as Monster Mutt Dalmatian here, where I'm like, okay, it's just another minis release. But it's not a terrible one. It's actually, the colors really work on this. Maybe that's why I had such a hard time finding this, is you all realized that this was a lot cooler in person than I thought it was. Yeah, that's cool. I don't think it's my favorite of the video, but that's actually a really sweet looking Gravedigger. Gotta give credit where credit is due. That one's pretty cool. It's got colored tires too. That's so unusual of me to say that, but that is a really nice looking Gravedigger. I do like that. Number 89. I know what these final three are. It just comes down to whether or not I can get what they are. Trying to see through the package if I can see what the truck is. I can't though, that's the thing. Black Ops. Whiplash, dang it. That means the next one's Black Ops. Oh man, tried to play Fate there, it didn't work. Okay, so this is the same situation that we had with the Dragon, where it's a silver chassis and then tires that match the body. However, I will say at least this one actually, this is the same color of blue roughly. But yeah, same situation with this one. It is weird to me. Does anybody else find it really weird how much Whiplash attention has gotten or how much attention Whiplash has gotten recently? I feel like Monster Jam is really starting to Spin Master is really starting to put a lot of focus into Whiplash all of a sudden, and I wonder if it's like they're bringing the truck back in the future or something, because we've gotten a bunch of new minis, we've gotten a Mud Blaster, we've gotten a Fire and Ice truck. Like, it's really weird, the split paint job. It's really weird to me how much attention Whiplash is getting all of a sudden for a retired truck. Maybe it's just coming back into popularity. I have no clue. Either way, pretty cool release of Whiplash. They're not anything too special, but not terrible by any means. I don't think it's like the Gravedigger or Dalmatian though, where it's like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. But it's not terrible. I don't mind it. Okay. Next up is number 90, which is Soldier Fortune Black Ops. We already know. There it is. This is actually, okay, so this is actually really funny. It's kind of like a weird thing here. Again, like the Dragon and the Whiplash, this is one of those situations where the body color just matches the tire color. However, because it's Black Ops and the body is black, they ended up just making a truck that just looks like a tour-accurate Soldier Fortune Black Ops in a way. Which, I don't know if Black Ops actually ran a black chassis IRL, but I really feel like Soldier Fortune Black Ops with a silver chassis actually looks better than a Soldier Fortune Black Ops with a black chassis. The all-black Black Ops thing I was never really a huge fan of, just because, I don't know, I just really wasn't a fan of it. I like this with a silver chassis. Is it better than the Sparkle Smash? No. That Sparkle Smash is really cool. This, on the other hand, I would say is probably in second place right now for the video. That is actually a really nice looking Soldier Fortune Black Ops. However, it wouldn't stay in second place for long, because I can guarantee this next truck is going to take over as the number one truck of the video. Number 191 is our final truck for the video. It is a chase piece, and it is Son of a Digger. But not only is it Son of a Digger, it is the Gemstone Son of a Digger. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it actually looks not as cool in person as I thought it was going to. Dare I say, I actually thought this truck was gonna look a lot cooler in person. I'm actually kind of disappointed with this, if I'm being completely honest, because, let me go grab it real quick. Yeah, here it is. Because the Gravedigger that we got in the set before this had a translucent body. The Son of a Digger doesn't. I thought the Son of a Digger was supposed to have a translucent body. What happened? This is actually super disappointing. Is mine an error? You guys are going to have to let me know if mine's an error or not. Well, I thought Son of a Digger had a translucent body like the Gravedigger. Dang it, that's actually I'm actually kind of super duper upset right now. I thought this was going to be a lot. I also thought it was a darker blue as well. It's more of like a light purple. You know what, guys? I actually take that back. I think Sparkle Smash is my pick for best truck of the video. That Son of a Digger is actually really disappointing. Man, that actually might ruin my afternoon a little bit. But yeah, everybody, there you go. That's my final vote. Worst truck of the video goes to the El Toro Loco, and best truck of the video goes to the Sparkle Smash. I gotta give it to that chrome chassis Sparkle Smash. While I do think the oil chrome would have been a lot cooler, that is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. I really do like that, and it works so well with Sparkle Smash in general. But now what it's time to do is it's time to bring out all the trucks once again and see, one, if they glow under black light, and two, to give you a full case breakdown. So starting at the back, we have the Chase Piece Son of a Digger, Soldier Fortune Black Ops, Whiplash, and Gravedigger. Let's just pull these back up here. Okay? Then starting the next row, we have Megalodon, Dalmatian, Dragon, and El Toro Loco. Then starting the next row, we have Max D Chase, Sparkle Smash Chase, and Monster Mutt Chase, as well as the one that started the video, the brand new BKT pickup truck. So there you go, everybody. That's the full set. Let's test and see if they are glow-in-the-dark-able. Okay, so the Dragon's tires glow. Whiplash kind of glows. El Toro Loco also kind of glows. The chassis on Dalmatian glows, which is pretty cool. The Son of a Digger kind of does. Actually, the Son of a Digger looks invisible on the camera. That's cool. Max D has glowing parts. The Sparkle Smash actually looks really cool. The Monster Mutt also kind of glows. You can see that there. But the Sparkle, look at the Sparkle Smash, guys. Holy crap. Look at that. Also, ignore my glowing fingers. I did glow in the dark trucks before this, and yeah. I might, let's not talk about that. Anyways, yeah, that is the full set right there of all the minis. Okay, let's be honest. Let's start where we got to start here. Let's start by sorting them by good and bad, because I do this every video. So I'm going to remove all the trucks from this set right now that I dislike. Monster Mutt, Dragon. I'm not a big fan of that guy. Yeah, okay, so all of the trucks that are still on screen are trucks from this set that I would say I actually enjoy. I think are pretty cool. The ones that I removed are ones that I would say are not great, that I think in my opinion, what I would describe as a waste of money. And the fact that a chase piece falls into that category is kind of insane. But like I said, an orange Monster Mutt is just weird. I don't know why they did that. Also, let's do what we need to do here and show the chase pieces. So that way you guys can see them all together as one. Here, all the chase pieces are doing a wheelie. So there you go. Those are the 4 chase pieces of the set right there, so you can see them. The rest are all commons, which is kind of crazy that they did the... Well, I guess it kind of makes sense that they did the BKT as a common. It's a new identity. It's not rare. But yeah, there you go, everybody. That is the full set right there of Series 18 minis. I am waiting. I have not even seen them in person yet for Series 19 minis, because as you all know, in Series 19, we get the first editions of the Wild minis. And I am so excited. That is going to be so cool. I can't wait to review those. I can't wait to see them. I already know that a bunch of those are probably going to be in my favorites category for the video, because the Wild minis I have been looking forward to since we saw them at the Toy Fair. I am super duper excited for those. But with that being said, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.